Home. It's such a small word, but it holds so much weight, especially this time of year. For some, it conjures up images of warmth and nostalgia, the smell of a familiar dish wafting through the kitchen, the worn grooves in a couch where you spent hours with your family. For others, though, it's more complicated. Memories of tension, loss, or rejection. And for so many of us, home isn't even a place anymore. It's something we're still trying to build, maybe with our chosen families or maybe within ourselves. I've been thinking a lot about the idea of coming home. Maybe it's because the holidays make it feel so central to everything we do. Packing up, traveling back, revisiting old rooms, old arguments, and old feelings. Or maybe it's because for many of us, this act of coming home isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional. We're not just stepping back into familiar spaces, we're confronting who we were and who we are now. Welcome back to the Point and Quest podcast. I'm Lindsay, and today I want to explore this idea through 3 incredible games: Gone Home, Unpacking, and Night in the Woods. Each one looks at home from a different angle. There's the physical act of returning to a house filled with memories, the process of building a home piece by piece, and the struggle of reconnecting with a hometown that's both comforting and suffocating. But more than anything, these stories remind us that home isn't always easy, and that's okay. Sometimes it's messy, sometimes it's heartbreaking, and sometimes it's exactly where we need to be. Picture this. It's 1995. You're Katie Greenbrier, a 21-year-old who's just returned home after a year of backpacking through Europe. You're expecting hugs, chatter, maybe a little jet lag. Instead, you find an empty house. The lights are off. The rain is pounding outside. And taped to the front door is an ominous note from your younger sister. Don't go looking for me. This is the setup for Gone Home. A game that's as much about what isn't said as what is. There's no combat, no enemies, no immediate answers. Instead, it's just you and this house. This massive, creaky house full of objects, memories, and secrets. There are 3 plots to Gone Home. There's the A plot, which revolves around Sam and Lonnie. There is the B plot, which revolves around the parents, and the C plot that revolves around Uncle Oscar. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'm currently working on a deep dive, but as you explore, you piece together what's happened in your absence. At first, it feels like a mystery. Where is everyone? Is something sinister going on? But the more you uncover, the more you realize that this story isn't about you. Sam, like so many of us at 17, is figuring out who she is. She's fallen in love with a girl named Lonnie, a girl she meets at school. And that love becomes the central thread of the game. Through journal entries, photographs, mixtapes, and scraps of notes, you learn about their relationship, the butterflies of first love, the thrill of rebellion, and the fear of being discovered. And then, the heartbreak. Sam's realization that she may not be accepted for who she is. Spoiler for a 12-year-old game? By the time you reach the attic, where Sam has left one final journal entry, the story hits you like a ton of bricks. Sam and Lonnie have run away. Not because she doesn't love her family, but because she needs to find a place where she can be herself, where she can feel at home. What Gone Home does so beautifully is capture the quiet ache of returning to a place that no longer feels the same. For Katie, the house is full of ghosts, memories of who her family used to be. And for Sam, it's a place she's had to escape from, even though it's where her story began. This feels especially relevant now, during the holidays, when so many of us are coming home to families who may not fully understand us. Maybe they don't accept our partners, or even our careers. Gone Home reminds us that it's okay to seek a new kind of home, one where we're loved for who we truly are. On the surface, Unpacking is a simple game. You take items out of cardboard boxes and arrange them in different rooms. There are no characters to meet, no dialogue, no plot twists, kind of. But somehow, its quiet simplicity tells a story that's deeply human. The game spans 8 moves, starting in 1997, when the main character moves into their childhood bedroom. Each level represents a new chapter in their life. A college dorm, a shared apartment, a heartbreakingly small childhood bedroom, again after a breakup, and finally, a home they build with a partner who truly sees and accepts them. What's brilliant about Unpacking is how it uses objects to tell its story. The stuffed pig from their childhood reappears in every move, a symbol of continuity. Their diploma, an object of pride, is shoved under the bed in one apartment, hinting at the compromises they've had to make. And then, there's the way their belongings don't quite fit in their partner's apartment, a visual metaphor for a relationship that doesn't work. For anyone who's ever had to pack up their life and start over, this game hits hard. The act of unpacking becomes a ritual, a way to make sense of where you are and where you've been. It's about taking the pieces of your past and finding a way to make them fit into your present. During the holidays, many of us are doing a kind of emotional unpacking. We're revisiting old spaces, old relationships, and figuring out what still fits. And for those of us who feel like we don't have a home to return to, unpacking reminds us that we can build one, piece by piece, with the people and things that matter most. And then there's Night in the Woods, a game that feels like coming home in all its messy, complicated glory. The insufferable Mae Borowski is a 20-year-old college dropout who's returned to her hometown of Possum Springs, a fading mining town. She's back in her childhood bedroom, back with her parents, and back with her old friends, but nothing feels the same. For Mae, coming home isn't a joyful reunion. It's a reckoning. She's grappling with her own failures, leaving college, struggling with her mental health, and the town itself is grappling with economic decline and buried secrets. Her friends, too, have changed. Bea is carrying the weight of running her family's business. Greg and Angus are navigating their own struggles as a queer couple in a conservative town. What makes Night in the Woods so powerful is its honesty. It doesn't shy away from the hard stuff, mental illness, economic hardship, the existential dread of being young and feeling lost. But it also celebrates the beauty of chosen family. Mae's friends may be messy and flawed, but they're her anchor. They remind her and us that home isn't just a place. It's the people who stick with you through it all. For anyone coming home, Night in the Woods feels incredibly real. It's about the tension between who you were and who you're becoming. It's about the love and frustration of small towns and the people who call them home. And it's about the hope that, even in the darkest moments, we can find connection. So, what does it mean to come home? For Sam in Gone Home, it's about choosing love and authenticity, even if it means leaving. For the character in Unpacking, it's about creating a home piece by piece through heartbreak and healing. And for May in Night in the Woods, it's about facing the past and finding strength in the people who love her. As we navigate the holiday season, let's remember that home isn't always easy. Home might not even be a physical place. It's a feeling. It's the warmth of chosen family, the comfort of a shared meal, the quiet joy of being seen for who we are. So there you have it, 3 games, 3 stories, and 3 ways of coming home. Gone Home, Unpacking, and Night in the Woods all show us that the idea of home isn't a fixed point. It's not just 4 walls or a family we're born into. Sometimes it's a place we return to after years away, filled with secrets and stories waiting to be uncovered. Sometimes it's a space we create for ourselves, a sanctuary made up of objects and memories. And other times, it's something we have to fight to define, a place we build with the people who truly see us for who we are. In each of these games, coming home isn't easy. It's messy, emotional, and often bittersweet, just like real life. Maybe that's why these stories resonate so much, especially during the holidays, when many of us are grappling with the idea of home, whether it's returning to family, navigating strained relationships, or choosing to forge our own path with our chosen family. These games remind us that we're not alone in figuring it out. So as the holidays approach, or even if you're just taking a moment for yourself, let these stories inspire you. Maybe it's a reminder to embrace the complicated parts of life, or maybe it's permission to lose yourself in a cozy escape for a little while. Either way, it's okay to redefine what home means to you. Thanks for joining me on this episode of the Point & Quest podcast. I hope these games give you something to think about, or even something to play. Until next time, take care of yourself, and remember, home is wherever you choose to find it.